Hello everyone, my name is Sema Yalçın and I work for the British Council Turkey. We are very happy to welcome you to our today's session on studying engineering in the UK webinar. Our speakers are Stuart Hudson from University of Leeds and Wen Hao from University of Birmingham. Before we start, let me give you brief information on the British Council. We are the United Kingdom's international organization for cultural relations and education opportunities, working with over 100 countries globally. This event is our chance to bring together UK universities and you, students. The session will last for 1 hour and is being recorded. The recording will be shared after the session. The microphones are muted, so feel free to write your questions into the chat section. We'll do our best to answer all of them by the end of the session. Now I'd like to give the floor to Wen Hao from University of Birmingham. Wen, welcome.
Thank you, Samra, and merhaba everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Wen Hao. I'm the country manager for Turkey from the University of Birmingham in the UK. So let me now share my screen. Okay, lovely. Can you all see my screen and hear me clearly? Wonderful, thank you. So in today's webinar, we'd like to share a bit more information about studying engineering in the UK and for me, studying engineering at the University of Birmingham. And we're glad to be joined with Stuart, who will then talk about studying engineering in the UK and specifically at the University of Leeds. So for my session, I will share a bit more about why studying engineering in the UK and also give you an introduction to the University of Birmingham itself and specifically what kind of engineering degrees we offer at Birmingham. So first thing first, I believe the students who are joining us today are interested in studying an engineering degree in one of the UK universities. And actually a career in engineering can be really exciting and really, really valuable. You are really finding solutions to some of those most important challenges we are facing in as a world. And UK engineering graduates are always in high demand, and we've got thousands of international students coming to the UK to study engineering with us. So why study engineering in the UK? What it makes the UK engineering degree so popular? So here I listed a few generic reasons to share with you, and of course these are just one of the many reasons to studying engineering in the UK. So first, UK itself has got strong engineering heritage. Of course, we know about the steam power, and in the current era we've got the aeronautics. All of this are part of the engineering subjects. So engineering research in the UK is world leading in terms of the productivity and the excellence. And also, UK university in general have a reputation for academic excellence. The facilities here are world class with really sophisticated engineering departments, which will allow you to specialize in all the different areas of the broad engineering spectrum. So the main kind of types of engineering areas you could follow include chemical engineering, civil engineering, electric and electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. But apart from these kind of main types or traditional types of engineering subjects, there are also a range of other engineering like specialisms, which are usually kind of a combination of the main areas of engineering. Some of these specialisms include like aerospace, nuclear, railway engineering, satellite, and all sorts, which I will share in a bit more details when I talk about our engineering offerings at the University of Birmingham. And also, when you study an engineering degree in UK universities, the focus is not just, the book, the knowledge, the theory, but we also try to focus on the real world applications. So you will get lots of hands-on experience and those kind of tailored teaching, which will enable you to gain, of course, not just the very engaging learning experience, but that will prepare you fully for the practical demand of those postgraduate workplace. So we aim to prepare you for your future career development. And for UK universities, we have quite strong connections to the industry and with the research bodies, which will, of course, ensure you're exposed to the most latest ideas and technologies in those state-of-the-art learning environments. And finally, after you achieve an engineering degree in the UK, that qualification will really open doors everywhere you go. So with your degree in engineering, you could follow a graduate scheme, and of course, depending on the structure of the company, you can progress to more senior roles, including like management or consultancy roles. And there's also option for you to continue your studies and work towards those certified roles, such as chartered engineer. So these qualifications would allow you to progress to really top positions within an organization, such as like chief engineer. So we have quite clear and quite exciting like career path for students with an engineering degree. And of course, possessing a high level of English within the engineering specialism also means that it opens up your career pathways on a global scale. So these are a few of the main reasons of why studying engineering in the UK. And now I would like to answer another question. So why the University of Birmingham? So here I listed a few kind of keywords for you to quickly learn something about the University of Birmingham. In terms of where we are on the league table, University of Birmingham is proud to be a leading university consistently ranked within top 100 globally and top 20 in the UK. So a few quick examples, like the QS rankings 2022, we are proud to be the 19th in the world and the 14th in the UK. And on the US News Best Global University Rankings 2022, we're proud to be the 19th globally and the 9th in the UK. And dating back to the history of the university, Birmingham was founded back in the 1900s. We were England's first civic, or we call them red brick university, which means all students would be able to be considered and admitted to university level of study, despite of the background they come from. We are also a founding member of the Russell Group, which is kind of comparable to the Ivy League, which you might have heard for the US universities. Russell Group consists of 24 research-led leading universities in the UK, including Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, and Birmingham is also one of the founding members of this Russell Group universities. And in the past over 100 years history, there have been 10 academics and alumni of University of Birmingham been awarded with the Nobel Prize, including 4 Nobel Prizes for medicine, 3 for chemistry, 2 for physics, and 1 for peace. So especially for students who are interested in studying one of those STEM, including engineering subjects, we are a Nobel Prize winning university, which laid the solid foundation of theoretical studies and also, of course, the research excellence. Birmingham as a university is also always kind of a pioneer. So we actually is the first university which opens a medical school and also opens a business school within the university. And also, according to the Graduate Market High Flyers Report 2021, Birmingham is proud to be the #1 most targeted by top graduate employers in the UK. So especially if you would like to, make use of the graduate route visa and gain some working or internship opportunities, experiences while you're studying in the UK, we have the strong career support team to really prepare you for your graduate career development. And we're proud to be the most targeted graduates by those employers in the UK. And back in 2018, we are also the first reputable university in the UK to open an official overseas campus in Dubai at the UAE. So this, apart from the Birmingham campus in the UK, we also have our presence in Dubai at the UAE with similar offerings of our programs, but more exciting scholarship opportunities. Coming back to our Birmingham campus, the campus has been rated as one of the top 10 most beautiful campuses in the UK. It covers over 1 square kilometre of land, of green, quiet and safe campus. And also here, what I would like to highlight is Birmingham is also the only UK university with a train station on campus, which is quite unique because actually it is a train station, but if you're from like Istanbul and you're more kind of familiar with the idea of a metro or an underground, the train station is more like an underground station in a way, which only takes 7 minutes to travel from our campus to the Birmingham very city centre, and only 30 minutes to the Birmingham International Airport with direct flight to Istanbul. So that is what our campus is like. And here I got a few pictures to give you a quick idea of what the Birmingham campus looked like, and just imagine what how you'd enjoy your life here if you're studying at Birmingham. So apart from obviously the teaching buildings, as you would expect to have at a university, we also got everything on site really, including the banks, shops, the salons, bookstores, and also we've got our dedicated geology museum, a concert hall, and also a gallery, all on campus, and the train station, as I just mentioned. So that is what we offer as a campus university, that you have the quiet, beautiful, and safe place to focus on your study. But of course, when you choose university, it's not only about, you know, studying and achieving your degree. It's also a place, a city that you're going to spend like 3 or more years of your life here. So you're going to like this place. So talking about Birmingham as a city, it is the second largest city in the UK with over 1 million population. And in terms of the location, it is located right at the heart of England, which is quite enviable location of quite enviable of those kind of central location, and it's the hub of road and rail networks in the UK. We've got the Grand Central train station at the very city centre. We also have the Birmingham International Airport, as I mentioned, with direct flights to Turkey. And also, Birmingham as a city is one of the youngest cities in Europe, because 40% of our population is under 25 years old. And one of the reasons for that is about half of our graduates of University of Birmingham choose to stay in Birmingham following their graduation, either for further study or to start their career and settle down here in Birmingham. So it is a vibrant city which provides all this excitement and all these opportunities for our graduates, for young people to live here, to start your career and start your life here. And also Birmingham as a city is is the largest financial and creative district outside of London, as the second largest city in the UK, and also the home of Cadbury chocolate and the mini cars. The very first mini car in the world was manufactured in Birmingham back in 1959. So enough about, yes.
Sorry, we also have University of Bristol joining us.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes, so I just want to, in terms of, timing, I just want to, let you know.
No problem. Thank you for the reminder. All right, then, so going back, enough about the university, the city, which hopefully have given you a broad idea of studying engineering and about the University of Birmingham. Going back to studying engineering at the University of Birmingham, here on the screen I listed the range of engineering degrees that you can be specialised in at the University of Birmingham, so including the chemical, civil, electrical, engineering, material science, mechanical, but also these a bit new engineering specialisms, including aerospace, railway, and nuclear engineering. So if you ask me to give you like 3 main reasons, top reasons of why study engineering at Birmingham. So first and foremost, all our engineering degrees are accredited by the achieve the accreditations by the professional bodies, which provides employers with those assurances that you have the qualities they seek. So a quick example, like the chemical engineering programs are accredited by the Institution of Chemical Engineers, the mechanical ones accredited by the Institution of Mechanical Engineers, and all sorts, which I believe that's also kind of shared by the other universities who are joining the session today. And apart from the accreditations, which of course symbolizes the quality of the facility-wise, we have recently just opened our new School of Engineering building in last September, which of course brings together many of our different engineering disciplines within this one building, including a new design centre, our project space, and all sorts. So facility-wise, which is very important for our engineering students, we are proud to have really made investments in this state-of-the-art School of Engineering building. And most importantly, for the degree itself, it is a flexible degree designed to give you the choice. So if you're interested in studying an engineering degree, but haven't quite made up your mind of which specialism that you want to go into, our first year is actually shared across all the disciplines of engineering. So for the first year, you can actually either, of course, join our generic engineering program or one of those listed engineering programs here and complete your first year. You can then still change your mind and decide which branch of the engineering you want to follow. You can either change from civil engineering to mechanical or the other way around. And after you complete your year 2, that's the point, of course, provided that you meet the requirement, that's the point that you can still choose whether you want to continue to complete a Bachelor of Engineering degree, which is the 3-year standard undergrad degree, or the Master of Engineering program degree, which is the 4-year MEng program, and you will achieve the MEng degree after the 4 years of study. And of course, after year 2, you can also decide whether you want to take an industrial placement year or an international study year. So it does not mean when you apply, when you submit the application, it means you have to stay on this very program in the next 3 or 4 years. You do still have the choices. You do still have the flexibilities at later stage. So here are our family of engineering degrees here at University of Birmingham. So as I mentioned, we've got the generic engineering program that you can go into and then kind of switch after year 1, or of course you can opt into those different specialisms within engineering, which I believe my colleagues from the other 2 universities will share more details. I think I'm a bit running out of time. I'll quickly wrap up, skipping all these fantastic programs and details that we offer, but we'll share the slides so that you can, of course, check after the session. I'll quickly jump into our entry requirements for Turkish students. So apart from the international curriculums, including, of course, A-level, IB, APs, we do accept students with high school diploma only if you're studying at one of our recognized schools in Turkey. And you can feel free to just email me to check whether your school is on our list. If yes, we will consider you for year 1 direct entry with your performance at grade 12 only. So we do not look at your CGPA, but just the grade 12 results. And here I included the table on the screen, which gives you an idea of what we look for. For example, for programs requiring AAA in A-levels, we need you to achieve 85% at your grade 12. and of course including the requirement in mathematics and so on. And for our engineering degrees, we require IELTS 6 with 5.5 in all bands. Tuition fee, living cost. Again, just a quick point here that Birmingham, despite being the second largest city in the UK, we're also the top 5 most affordable city for students. So it's not an expensive city, it's not an expensive degree that you're going to choose. So here on the screen, I also listed our kind of expected living cost, essential living cost for our international students. And of course, we offer undergraduate scholarships for specifically for students studying engineering degrees. So you can apply for our Turkey Outstanding Achievement Scholarship, which is 2,500 tuition fee deduction for your first year of study. And also for engineering programs, you will get 1,500 up to 3,000 tuition fee deduction for your first year, and the annual award of 1,500 in your following years of study if you achieve 70% or above at the end of each year. So in the best scenario, you are able to achieve 5,500 scholarship for your year 1 and 1,500 in your year 2 and 3 or year 4 if you're doing an MNG degree. And that's it for my session. Sorry for a bit of rushing and skipping some content, but again, please do feel free to get in touch if you need more information, and of course, any questions that you can flag in our Q&A session later. Thank you very much.
Van, thank you, and sorry for the confusion in my end.
No problem.
There is already a question for you. I'm sure we will have 15 minutes, for Q&A, so I'm sure there will be questions around entry requirements. And please do also, speak about the facts that you skipped during the Q&A session.
Thank you very much.
Stuart, welcome. And the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Sema, and thanks for your presentation, Wen. So yeah, my name's Stuart. I work in the international office at the University of Leeds, and I'm here today to give you a little bit more information about our engineering programs and also studying at the university. I'll just share my screen for you.
It looks good. Stuart.
Okay. So just a little bit of information firstly about the University of Leeds. So we're part as the same as Birmingham. We're one of the Russell Group of universities, established in 1904, and one of the top 100 universities in the world. One of the largest universities in the UK with over 38,000 students from over 170 different countries. So real diverse, vibrant campus. Traditionally, we get between 10 and 30 students from Turkey each year that come to study at bachelor's and master's level. Real wide choice of programs at both undergraduate and master's level. This is a picture of the campus itself. So as you can tell, we are located in all one single campus, but it's only 10 minutes walk from the main city centre of Leeds. So Leeds is about the 3rd largest city in the UK. So you very much get a good very much feel like your own little student village, but also on the doorstep of one of the largest cities in the UK. If you're not familiar already, Leeds is located in the north of England. You can also see on the map there, further slightly south of us is Birmingham, where Wen was talking about previously. So as you can tell, we have an international airport at Leeds, also one at Manchester that's about an hour's journey by train. London is about two and a half hours away by train as well. Located in the county of Yorkshire, largest county in the UK, really famous for its beautiful countryside, and its coastline as well. So it's got some really good cities within the county of Yorkshire as well. So you get a real good mix of both city, countryside, and sort of also you get to sample the coast of England as well. Very student friendly city. We have actually 4 different universities in the city itself, so all very much geared towards meeting the needs of international students in the city. Also one of the UK's largest centres for business, legal and financial services. So that very much feeds in to some of the links we do have with employers, and we'd like to keep all of our courses at the university very relevant to industry, and that helps with having a strong sort of centre for business in the city. Also a strong sort of cultural city of the UK, famous for sports, the arts, theatre, opera and music. So, just a quick whiz through why you would look to consider engineering, trying to sort of just complement some of the information that Wen's already given you. So really just if you've not really explored this subject here in great detail yet, it's just to really emphasize the fact that it's such a crucial aspect of the modern world, which is needed for all sorts of things, from constructing buildings, designing vehicles, to developing new products and more. Sort of, I put these 4 main areas. There are a few more as well, potentially, but this just gives you a rough idea in terms of where the differences lie. So chemical engineering would be the use of, looking at the use of raw materials to make products we use every day, and finding ways to use natural resources more sustainably in the world. Civil engineering would look at, how we can improve the built environment. So looking at the design and build of bridges, roads, canals and other structures. Mechanical engineering, all about machines, mechanical systems, from the tiniest part in a set of weighing scales to the operating system of a plane. And sort of electrical engineering would be the design and creation of new electrical devices, systems, as well as maintenance and improvement of your current electrical infrastructure, from mobile phones to the really big sort of supercomputers as well. So why engineering at Leeds? Well, very industry relevant courses, very much linking with the latest sort of research going on within engineering. Excellent links with industry that feed into what you're taught at undergraduate level, and also lots of opportunities for you to gain practical experience alongside your academic study, and that could be through a placement year, but also lots of internships and shorter term placements as well that can help complement your academic studies. Fantastic student experience at Leeds, where 90% overall student satisfaction for engineering programs in one of the latest surveys. And as you can see from some of the latest rankings for this year, Leeds comes typically within the top 10, in some areas top 5 in the UK. So really strong reputation in this subject area. So similar requirements to what Wen was talking about for Birmingham. I mean, one of the key differences would, well, not a difference with Birmingham, but just in terms of looking at the different areas of engineering. So typically for things like chemical engineering and mechanical engineering, we would look for mathematics and physics or chemistry at a higher level, in terms of that could be whatever you're studying in terms of A levels or IB. For civil and electrical engineering, it would be more of a specify more along the lines of mathematics would be more of a requirement there. And we would accept, Turkish high school diploma, same as Birmingham, from a selected school list, and typically similar levels to Birmingham, where for A*A we'd be looking at around 88% in your final year grades, and it would go down in terms of courses that require, 3As and like that. Also, in terms of APs, we'd be looking at potentially 3 APs at grades 4 or 5, and mathematics, would have to be one of those. So this is just an example of our mechanical engineering programs, and this is repeated for our civil engineering, our chemical engineering, and our electrical engineering programs. So pretty much years 1 and year 2 would feature similar modules and just introduce you to like the core mechanical engineering principles, and you'd have the choice of either doing a 3-year BEng course or a 4-year MEng program. Next slide just really emphasizes the fact that because you'll be doing core mechanical modules in years 1 and years 2, you do have the flexibility to switch programs during the first 2 years, but it will be within like the 4 main programs of mechanical engineering. So within mechanical engineering, we have aeronautical and aerospace engineering, automotive engineering, mechanical engineering, and medical engineering as offered as degree programs. So after those 2 years, you could switch between either one of those 4. Key strength of our program, as with most engineering programs, they are accredited by the relevant professional bodies, and it provides you with the start you need to become a chartered engineer, gaining that professional recognition worldwide. The 4-year MEng degree is the fastest route to becoming a chartered engineer. So alongside that work experience you'll need as well, it gives you that chartered engineer status that will give you opportunities across the world within your particular specialism that you're looking in. Once again, this is focusing on the mechanical engineering, where these institutions here, but for civil engineering, we're accredited by the Institution of Civil Engineers, and the same for chemical and civil engineering programs. The relevant sort of professional body will be accredit the programs. So just to really summarise the teaching and learning methods for the course. So there's a variety of teaching methods for it. It's a dynamic and real relevant course to business. Approximately, programs have about 20 hours of taught material per week. Combination of lab work, lectures, tutorials, examples, classes, problem-based challenges. So you spend about 40% of your time in lectures and 60% on other activities. And there would be around 15 hours of self-study per week that we'd assign to you, where obviously you'll go to your lectures, seminar groups. That will be your 20 hours of taught material, and then your self-study will be where you're really looking at what you've learnt in those particular lectures and applying it to certain problems that may have been set by your tutor for that week. In terms of assessment, it's a mix of exams and coursework, such as lab reports, posters, presentations, and performances in particular challenges that are set to really mimic what you would face in a work scenario. Employability is a real strong point for our engineering programs due to the excellent links with employers, strong input into our courses, which makes them relevant to what's happening within the working world, so attractive to employers. We offer extensive careers advice and interviews with students throughout your studies. We recommend for students from year 1 really to utilise the careers support and advice that's available to you. Really look at what career options are available from your chosen degree, and you may discover not so obvious ones that you might not have been aware of, but maybe of particular interest to you. We do provide real world student projects that are in the form of internships or particular projects set by employers within the city of Leeds, looking at real life engineering problems where they get students to work on them and provide guidance throughout that. There's a specific employability suite dedicated to engineering, and meeting rooms for real and practice interviews. And in terms of one of the main key aspects of employability for the engineering programs are the availability of a placement year if you wish to undertake that, but also shorter periods of practical work that can be found through internships. Sometimes talking 2 to 6 week programs that students can apply for during their course, and hopefully are successful and can really add to what they're being taught academically throughout the course. Just a summary of student life and support at the university. So there is dedicated international student support. We have an extensive welcome and orientation program. Personal tutors, academic tutors are assigned to each student to really take them through their studies from year 1 to year 2, year 3, year 4, if necessary. Students take the MEng route. They're there as the first port of call for you with any academic, or it can be sort of any personal issues, problems you may be facing during your studies. Leeds Student Medical Practice is our dedicated health service on campus, which gives you access to the free healthcare that's available through the National Health Service in the UK. Leeds University Union is run by students, for students, and has over 300 different clubs and societies you can get involved in as part of your studies. So that can be carrying on a particular hobby or interest you have already at the moment in Turkey, or potentially looking to take up a whole new sort of interest or hobby, or you can do something potentially relevant to the course you're studying at the university potentially. Key resource for students to go to is, obviously, it's great that you're here today and getting further information from representatives from universities in the UK, but do take the opportunity to connect with students that are actually studying at the university. And we have a program called Link to Leeds at the university, which gives you the option to contact one of our current students, talk to them directly via email, Skype, instant messaging, or social media. You can really hear about their experiences of being a student at Leeds and get first-hand advice about how to prepare for your studies at the university. And there's a range of live chat events that they run throughout the year. And also they have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter you can follow, where you can get daily updates in terms of their studies and experience so far.
Thank you, Stuart.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We have Morgan from University of Bristol. Morgan.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Sorry for the confusion earlier. Could you please share your slides?
Mm-hmm. One second, it doesn't seem to. There we go, can we see it?
It's coming. Yes, thank you.
So thanks Wen and Stuart. It was really interesting learning about Leeds and Birmingham, especially Birmingham because I am from Birmingham, so it's a little bit of a reminder of home. But I'm here to talk about Bristol today. My name is Morgan Evans and I am the International Recruitment Officer for the Middle East at the University of Bristol. So I'll give you a really quick introduction to the city, the university, and our offerings for future engineers. So the city of Bristol then, for those of you who haven't visited us before, we're based in the southwest of England and we're marked with the purple dot on the map here. We are also about an hour away from London, maybe an hour and a half away. We are the 8th biggest city in the UK, but by international student standards, that's still very small. So definitely a city you can really get to know while you're a student here. Bristol very much has the energy of a bustling urban metropolis, but with a friendly, relaxed atmosphere that will help you feel at home. We are really, really lucky to have our university campus near the centre of Bristol, so you can enjoy everything the city has to offer. And believe me, there is so much to offer. Cafes, bars, restaurants, museums, sightseeing, country walks, the seaside. We do really have a lot going on. So while Bristol is a compact city, it is also very green. We have over 400 parks within the city boundaries, which given a city of our size, it's very, very impressive. We're a city that's committed to protecting the environment. It's a former European green capital and the UK's first cycling city. It aims to be carbon neutral by 2030. Sustainability is a theme that you will see running through all of our courses at the University of Bristol, but particularly our engineering courses that have a real focus on sustainable developments and resilient design. Bristol as a city also has a long history of engineering, which I think is encapsulated by one of our most famous landmarks, the Clifton Suspension Bridge, which is a short walk from the university campus. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I'm very scared of heights, but I have managed to cross it a few times and definitely do feel safe on there, given how big it is. This 150-year-old bridge was designed by the world-renowned engineering Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who is considered one of the most ingenious and prolific figures in engineering history, and this was the longest bridge in the world when it was constructed. So Bristol's engineering heritage is world famous. The Bristol Robotics Laboratory, for example, is the largest robotics lab in the UK. Bristol's aerospace history dates back to 1910 with the foundation of the Bristol Aeroplane Company. And today we are a club for aircraft manufacturers, including Airbus and Rolls-Royce. And the Faculty of Engineering plays a big part of the city's continuing technology revolution. So on to the University of Bristol itself. We are really, really proud to be ranked top 10 in the UK by QS, as well as 62nd in the world, which places us alongside other world-leading universities. We are also really pleased to see our engineering courses consistently ranking amongst the top UK universities, with civil engineering, for example, ranking in at first in the Guardian University Guide. So our engineering courses are offering at the University of Bristol is broad and covers a range of different engineering specialties. Starting with aerospace engineering, which I've mentioned is a particular area of specialty in Bristol more broadly. We also have more general courses in civil mechanical engineering, as well as our newer courses in engineering maths and engineering design, which will allow you to explore a range of different engineering principles. This is great for anyone with broad interests or you've not decided on where you would like to specialise. These courses are particularly exciting because they were designed in collaboration with our industry partners to fill the skills gap in graduate engineers. So these courses are really, really good employment prospects in particular. We then also offer electrical and electronic engineering, as well as computer science, which is quickly becoming one of our most popular courses for us at Bristol. I mean, I can attest to this. It is very, very competitive, but it's also great to see. So yeah, we have lots and lots of options available for you here. So as I mentioned, we have a new course for engineering design. It's an exciting course and it's a degree that develops cross-cutting design, analysis, teamwork and leadership skills, whilst providing the freedom to specialise in your individual interests. The programme is inspired by the Royal Academy of Engineering and is supported by a range of industrial partners. This unique course aims to develop high-calibre engineers who can lead complex engineering projects that are vital to modern society. This course will allow you to develop a broad understanding of different engineering principles, whilst gaining deeper specialist skills in design, systems engineering, and preparing you to specialise in either mechanical, aerospace, or civil engineering. You also achieve a broad understanding of the environmental, economic, and social issues surrounding large-scale engineering projects and how engineers can promote sustainable development. So yes, I mentioned earlier how we like to bring sustainability into everything, and here is a great example of that. You will also have access to state-of-the-art teaching and research spaces across the Faculty of Engineering, including design studios, workshops, computer labs, and test facilities. We're really pleased that our course was rated 96% overall for student satisfaction. So yeah, this is a really, really exciting course that we've got. So learning styles. It is important to understand how much practical focus our degrees have here at Bristol. Our courses are very much about developing skills that make you industry ready. So the way that courses are structured are the first 2 years focus on building your knowledge of the core concepts and approaches to engineering. Years 3 or 3 and 4 give you more options to specialise in your knowledge and more depth. We also cover theory in a mixture of tutorials and lectures, and apply that knowledge in a practice with a mix of lab and fieldwork, particularly if you're studying something like civil engineering. So engineering facilities. We have a range of lab space available to support students, much of which relates to the world-class research that takes place at our university. But undergraduate students will also have access to many of these spaces, mostly for project work. For example, civil engineering students use our earthquake shaking table in a project where they're asked to design a structure that can withstand the strongest earthquake possible. But this faculty is mostly used by our Earthquake and Geotechnical Engineering Research Group, and this is a team of world-leading academics who are studying ways to improve the resilience of infrastructure to extreme events and make infrastructure more adaptable in response to changing circumstances. So a few more benefits of studying at Bristol that I would like to highlight. So all of our courses are heavily informed by research. As a research-focused uni and a member of the Russell Group, you'll be taught by world-leading experts in engineering. We have a broad range of options. All of our courses have final year research projects, many of which are co-supervised by industry experts, and often students work on real-world projects with industry partners and different companies. So we have high student satisfaction. We know that our students enjoy these courses and find them interesting, which is always great to hear. We've got a strong and long established history of links to industry in Bristol, and the city itself, as I mentioned, has a great engineering history. Bristol itself has one of the highest concentration of microelectronic companies outside of Silicon Valley, as well as being a hive of engineering entrepreneurship and innovation. We also have a dedicated engineering industrial liaison office that work on a whole range of support for students, from connecting students to relevant placements, to advertising short-term placements and internships in the UK and overseas. We also help facilitate industry mentoring, and this connects you to someone who is currently active in the industry that will work with you throughout your degree to arrange site visits, support your career development, and expose you to the industry. So our entry requirements, so typically we would look between AAA and A-star AA, including maths and either physics, chemistry, further maths or computer science, or 80 to 85% overall with mathematics and one other science subject at 90 and 80%. Obviously we do accept other degrees, other high school diplomas, and we do have a list of Turkish schools which we accept. We can give more information on this if necessary, and you can find out if you're eligible, but we have recently really expanded our list, which is great. English language, we do require a minimum of 6 in each component with 6.5 overall. This can be substituted with GCSE language with a C or a 4. So thank you. That's the end of my presentation. If you have any questions later on, feel free to email our address. Thank you.
Thank you all. let's do the questions now. We already received 2 questions, and I'm sure there will be more coming in. Berg asks Birmingham about IB points. How many IB points are required to be able to apply, and what lessons must you have at higher level and lower level IB to be able to study in Birmingham?
Thank you, Samra, and nice to see you, Morgan, and thanks for the student for the question. So we have all our requirements in terms of A levels and IB points requirement on the dedicated course pages. So if you kind of check which program that you're interested in studying, you can just quickly search the program on our website and get the requirements. But just to give you a quick idea, taking, for example, like civil engineering as an example, our typical requirement for IB would be 32 overall points, and it usually requires, we see like 666, or for some programs like 766, or in terms of the high level subjects in IB. But of course, it may vary depending on which program that you apply for, but these are readily available on each dedicated course pages.
Thank you, Van. Question from Berg again for Leeds. What is the differentiator when you are recruiting students? Do their extra curricular activities have an added benefit? That's a good question. We usually get this question, and yeah.
It's a good question. It's a difficult one to answer, really. I would always say we would look at extracurricular activities are always great to look at in terms of seeing what a student, in terms of, obviously we'll get their academic grades, but we want to see what they're like as a person and what sort of engagement they have in school and outside of school. Anything that they can relate in terms of extracurricular activities relevant to the chosen degree they're going into, or we'll look for like some of the people skills, communication skills that potentially an engineer is going to need in terms of working in groups, working on projects, those type of skills, showing analytical skills, just generally that, really. So I'm sure that'll be the same across all the universities as well.
Thank you. Dear students, do we have any other questions for Van, Stuart, and Morgan while they are here? I think one is coming on its way. Once again, it will be good to mention about post-study work. When you study in the UK, if you do your undergraduate or postgraduate, you'll be entitled to stay in the UK for 2 years to look for a job. You don't need to immediately have a job when you apply. You are allowed to stay for 2 years. So during that period, you can look for a job. This is very good development for the UK. So we see maybe this is one of the motivations. We see a lot of interest in the UK in the last year, and we hear a lot about this from variety schools. So keep UK an option. It will be good for your benefits. Someone was typing a question, but it doesn't seem it's coming. Well, before we finish, do you want to add anything else? Maybe because you rush, you couldn't, make a point. Maybe just final comments, and then we are nearly to the end, so we can close the session. Stuart? Oh, you are on mute.
So I think it's when's got a hand up. So.
Ben, yes.
Oh, thank you, Samara. Thank you, Stuart. Actually, just a generic point following what you've said about the graduate route visa in terms of job opportunities or potential opportunities of studying in the UK. Just to quickly mention another frequent asked questions from students, like whether you are allowed to work during your degree, and the answer is yes. Your student visa will allow you to work up to 20 hours during term time and full time during kind of summer or winter holiday time. So yes, you're absolutely able to kind of work during your degree, but of course we would expect you to focus on your degree, but at the same time get some kind of real life working experience. And I believe we may have all touched on the placement year or industrial or sandwich year, especially I think for engineering degrees. I believe we offer kind of similar of these degrees across our universities, which means usually before you enter into your final year of your degree, you have the choice, of course, usually provided that you meet the requirements, you're able to go for this placement year, and which means for this year you are kind of fully full-time employed, but you're still a registered student at the university. You pay a reduced tuition fee, but also get the salaries from the employer. So you kind of that would be a quite good option, of course, for students who wish to gain those kind of placement or valuable experience during their degree.
And throughout the process of looking for a job or anything, you can always get some help from the universities, student support offices, right? They help, yeah. And also for the graduate route, again, these institutions support you with the letter for your application, and also during the period of looking when you look for a job, and also preparing CV and mentoring how you can handle an interview and so on. Thank you for all for this great session, and I hope the students find this helpful. And this is nearly the end of the week, and I wish you a great day and weekend for all. See you next time. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.